I hope to see you guys on tour this fall. Classic Climb Tour, Atlanta, August 21st. DC, August 28th. Lots of great speakers, lots of great opportunities to build a brand that you love, like, trust, getting up every day, checking on. See you on tour.
Put why cancel culture doesn't work in the chat, you guys. Now, earlier this year, I saw we were on a cancel culture spree. We were counseling Donald Trump. We getting Trump out of there. You know, we're counseling all these people, right? Well, I knew it had jumped the shark when I was sitting, working out with my personal trainer, he's a Marine, he's almost 40, he's married, he has kids, and all of a sudden says, have you ever heard of this Kevin Samuel guy? Have you ever heard of this Kevin Samuel guy? And I started laughing because that's when I knew cancel culture just makes you bigger and more well known. People trying to counsel somebody, it does no good. It does no good. Swaggity swag, as Mr. Dave Diamond calls him, he's done nothing but got bigger. He's just gotten bigger. He runs more ads. He's still in Atlanta. He's still running his businesses. It does not work. I even put a course out on Gumroad that was like real quiet course. And I said, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you how to get through it. Because I've been in marketing for over 10 years and I can tell you, you just keep going. Thinking doesn't change your projection in life. Taking action is what you keep taking action. You keep going, okay? And even when I had a white girlfriend bring up Kevin Samuels, and she married with kids, she's like, this thing came up in my trend. Do you know about this? Girl, I hollered because I knew this is where it turns. Okay. Next one, John Gray. He's in the thumbnail. He's a preacher. You know, slept with the first one. Okay, hey, forgive me. The Lord's working on me. Slept with some Momo. Then it was too much. They had to say, look here, man, if you'll get a comment down and get off stage. Now, the reason why I put the photo the way I did is Derrick Jackson kind of went after John Gray multiple times. And what was so crazy is he was doing the same thing. That's why you got to be careful. What's done in the dark comes to the light at all times. It just does. And the same thing with Derrick Jackson. I literally have Hispanic friends here in Austin who could care less about Black culture. They listen to country music. And all of a sudden they're like, do you know who this Derrick Jackson is? You ever heard of this guy? And that's when you know it's jumped the shark. This is how you know. And when I tell people, well, I actually know Kevin Samuels for real in real life person. Oh, Erica, you don't know him. You're lying. I'm like, no, for real. Yeah, you're just one of those girls saying that. And I'm like, I actually know this person in real life. This is when you know they jumped to shark. Because what happens is you have SEO and you start trending. Exactly. Paula Deans is still making millions to this day. All her products are selling online. She's doing cruises. I've done a video on Paula Dean, how this didn't, one monkey don't stop your show. That's what people used to say. Goody Mob even made a song, one monkey don't stop the show. Now, Derrick Jackson's writing a book about healing his marriage from affair. Now, what happens? Do you think people are going to buy it or not? Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like nobody telling me I was wrong. I don't. Let me come to my own conclusion. Now, this is what happens when we have a culture, and I'll give you a prime example. Arnold Schwarzenegger. In the 80s, he was the man, okay? The muscles, the body, Mr. Olympia, won it multiple years in a row. The man. Then he became the governor, okay? The governor. Now, towards the end of the governor, it was like, yo, Arnold got a kid out of wedlock. Arnold got a kid out of wedlock, yo, oh my God. He had a baby with the maid. You know, his wife divorces him, the kids all mad at him over there. And the internet was like, y'all, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. The body, the money, the fame. Yes, even he would have bumped the maid in the house, right? It did not chop down Arnold. He even wrote a book saying, you know, hey, I messed up. That was pretty bad. It's pretty bad, but my rest of my life has been pretty good. And people literally, it didn't stop him. He started speaking more on stages. He started doing more events. It made Arnold go through the roof, right? If this is good information, if you like what I'm saying right now, drop a 1 in the comments just so I know. Because I'm like, I've literally studied this since the 1980s. Derrick Jackson is 5'7". Now, you know men lie, so he's probably 5'6". And this has done nothing but people like, wait, this man's 5'6"? Of course he's muscular. But see, here's the deal. People don't understand. You go back and look at all the Mr. Olympians before Arnold Schwarzenegger. They were 5'4" to 5'8". This tall, just this tall. Very easy to look super muscular and symmetrical when you're that tall. Just is what it is. And the reason cancel culture doesn't work is it introduces this person to a new audience. Nope, Derrick Jackson is 5'7". You can actually go run it around. You can go Google it. You can go find his pictures. You can go find him at meetups. You can go find him in the, several people have confirmed this, and even he's confirmed this. He talks about working on your body because you can't change your height. Okay? So every time you go back all the way to the 1980s and you study anybody who's been in any kind of turmoil, who's been in any kind of drama, it has done nothing but make them bigger. And it's twofold. The person who's believing in this person, dedicated their time to this person, is like, so what? I'll take myself, for example. I'm a big Robert Kiyosaki person, Cash Flow Quadrant book. People like, Erica, Robert said something bad about Black people. Does that change the fact that those books changed my life? No, it doesn't. Would I buy more of his books? Right? Would I buy more of his books? Yeah. Doesn't matter. See, people get wrapped up in the messenger. Same thing right now. Ravi Zacharias, many people are finding out that this mega Christian person who had a whole theology on being apologetic, which is crazy. It's kind of funny, crazy. Had this whole double life for 30 years where he was having affairs, taking naked pictures of women, harassing women, badgering them not to come forward, basically started a massage parlor down the street from the church and let these women be on staff, all kind of stuff, okay? And people were like, at some point, it's not an accident. That's who this person is. You dig what I'm saying? It's not an accident. That's who this person is. Does it change the books he wrote were great? Does it change the theory he originally wrote was great? Now the church and everybody else is disbanding, but you'll find out if you really dig, there's a lot of preachers who have a lot of shameful actions. There's a lot of radio hosts who have these outside children. There's a lot of people you keep coming across that what they said and what they do is not congruent. It's not congruent. And that's what bothers people greatly because they're like, look, how could they keep going on stage and doing this? Easy money. Steve Harvey has been divorced 3 times, but this man still talks about marriage. I want a book from his wife. His wife, tell me how you went from one drug dealing cousin to the second drug dealing cousin to a Steve Harvey. With kids. See, this is why, and listen, I was going to use another man's photo, Donovan Sharp. I don't want his people to come after me, but I don't care today. Donovan Sharp is a 45-year-old Black dude talking about stuff that sounds like he's a 22-year-old Black dude who's always had a white girlfriend. And that's fine. Nobody cares, dude. Be suburbs, do what you do. And he's sitting here telling everybody how he's got these young, hot things chasing after him. And somebody on the internet found him. They found his wife. She's 44 and a single mom. She's not a 9. And now people are like, oh man, Donovan, oh man, he's a liar. But guess what? There's a ton of people. Who are like, I'm going to go watch his content now to see, was he really putting a fake picture of another woman up there that's not his wife? Was he really showing this girlfriend who's supposed to be in her 20s that's really not his wife? Right? These things, all they do is bring you more data points on that person, more notoriety on those people. That's all it does. I want you to be realistic. In the real world, a 45-year-old man, unless he's just a multi-millionaire, is going to be around other 40-year-old people. And that includes 44-year-old moms who are single moms. And it's your, listen, if I could say this without getting sued, there's a bunch of dating people and a bunch of manosphere people who are absolutely married. Absolutely married. Look, Super Sly, no. There's a ton of people who are over there married telling you they single, they ain't living with no woman, and got a whole picture of a woman behind them. Come on. Y'all not taking context clues. That man ain't decorated that house by himself like that. Come on now. You got angry man who's living in a separate apartment because last time he was on his show, he was too loud and his wife said, shut up. I got to go to work in the morning. See, you got to understand these people are telling you one thing and living a completely different other. But guess what? It don't matter. Because I've watched people absolutely, the only way you can counsel somebody is if they counsel their damn self. That's it. There's one guy online right now said some crazy mess on Twitter. He disappeared for 4 months. Then he came back on Instagram, back on Twitter, and started promoting nothing but business quotes. That's all he put up was business quotes. And people are like, yes, fire, the business quotes. Yes, I love America, the business quotes. And everybody completely forgot about it. This egregious thing, they completely forgot about it. Do you understand? What I'm trying to tell you is I had to go look through 4 or 5 videos to see what these people were talking about. Now, even here on YouTube, you can do something, people don't like you, they're going to make videos on you. Now, what does that make people do? Well, who is this person they're making videos on? Let me type in the Google search and find this person. There you go. IG canceled Boosie, and a bunch of comedians mocked and made fun of his how he was on Instagram. Here he said, listen, I'm Mexican. I watch both Black and White Manosphere. I mean, here's the thing. And I'm going to say this, and if you're in my Rap Supreme% class, you're buying the courses, again, 60% off with the code 10XBABY. I come on YouTube to make money. I don't come here to cap and lie and BS, and I don't got time for it. It's too much life to be lived, okay? And here's the thing, the internet will find you. The internet, y'all can go Google me. You can Google my businesses. You can Google the LLCs in multiple states. You can Google all kinds of stuff, and you can find me. It's public knowledge. I've been in business for years. You can go look up Secretary of State information and find me. Do you dig what I'm saying? You can get a private detective, and find me. You can come by the office and find me. See, these people are out here in their basement doing these videos and trying to pretend like there's something they're not. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like I was saying, I went out and bought his book because all that was going on. I said, let me buy this book. This man got a story. Because what pulled me in, listen, I actually have the money to take a flight. Unlike some of these other people, I can actually go get the flight. The key here is you got to tell people. You got to really correct people, because some people are out here living like they cannot be found on the internet. Now, Obsidian, I've had him on the show. I've interviewed him. No beef, no foul. His woman, single mom, older, thicker woman. You know, they out here calling me fat, but most of their wives looking like me and bigger. So, I mean, I'm just trying to say, who lying, me or my lying eyes, okay? Do you know what I'm saying? So what should we learn from this? I'm not gonna say all press is good press. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say all press is good press, but what I will tell you is, if you are caught up in these scandals and your business makes money, continue to make money. Keep going, because guess what? People forget in about 30 days. They really do. They be like, what happened? John Gray cheated on his wife? Well, that was 2 years ago, Erica. Let that go. I've heard people say that. Wayne Dyer out of Detroit. He used to have a book called No Limit Person, all kind of stuff. He had some really great books. And in his book, he talked about, he got married the second time around, okay? And his wife was real young. And somebody came to the table and was like, well, is this your granddaughter? And he got mad. He was like, ma'am, how dare you? That's silly. You know this is my wife. Clearly, she did not, sir. Now, Wayne Dyer, the more you go on and look at his lives, he had great books that were super impactful. It was basically like, do your own thing and go on with your life. So what? Somebody saying something bad about you. Pick up and keep going. That's the nature of the game. If you're actually out here doing something in life, people gonna say something crazy to you. That's just is what it is. Tommy Sotomayor. You know, you like Tommy don't like black women. Tommy back with black women. Why? Now see, he had to work it around there. He had to go, listen, my daughters are black. I want to show them black love. Nah, brother, just say you found a beautiful black woman, you liked her and you wanted her. See, people have to really be open and honest. If you actually listen to, Tommy did a really good segment where he says, if you're a broken person, just dating somebody outside your race ain't going to change that. You still need therapy. You still need help.